Well, hello everybody. Victoria is here, and welcome to this new stream. And in this stream, we are going to analyze the shapes in nature. I watched a lot of Joe Sibere's videos. Let me just. Where is my text file? Oh my goodness me, here it is. Let me just paste the URL to this to his channel. Probably I pronounced his name wrongly, but I do apologize for it. And let me post another video URL into the chat. This one is from Noah Bradley, and they are all talking about how important to capture the big shapes first when you are creating art and then move toward more and more smaller shape, more and more details. And what is a good way to do that with Inkscape and doing some vector studies? So I decided that I'm going to go for it. And also, now that I am mentioning it, let me grab my notes again. This photo is by Marcel. Let me just post the URL for this photo. For those who are watching the VOD at YouTube, you are going to find the description beneath the video. So let's just start. And oh, I forget, but it's not too late. I use a lot of shortcuts in Inkscape. This is going to appear in the right lower corner of Inkscape. So, in case you are interested what kind of shortcut I'm pressing, you can see it here. When it's come to vector editing or working with vector stuff, I have a tendency to use shortcuts. I am using the 1.4.3 version of Inkscape, just in case you are wondering. And here I got the reference image, and on top of that, I've got the shapes. So let's start with the back. However, while I'm doing this, I think I might edit this document because this mountain at the back is kind of tangent to this shape at the front, and not even too much stuff is visible for that. So I think I am going to leave that, and I am going to replace that with the sky. And for now that I mentioned the sky, this is just going to be a rectangle like so. And what I like to do, let's make the stroke to be none. And let's change the display mode to outline. So in this way, I will be able to see this better. And I think I am going to have to move down this handle a bit for the sky. And now I would like to add this back mountain. I am going to turn off the snapping for this one. And I'm going to use the pen tool for this. And I'm not going to focus on the details. I am just going to try to follow these outlines of this small hill, and I'm not going to be too precise because later I can adjust this. I guess this is the one of the reason why vector art is so cool, because if something goes wrong, you can just adjust it after the fact. And this mountain is covered by another rock and the front, and I think I can just connect this. And you know what? I am going to leave it like that. And let's move on to this shape at the front. Let's start here. And well, this is sort of like that. If I press shift, I can make sure that the node that I'm adding to this to the shape itself is going to have a sharp corner. In other software, you have to use the Alt key, but in Inkscape, this is the Shift key. I think these mountains are quite close to value-wise. I am going to make them just one shape. I don't really want to overcomplicate this if I can avoid it. Let's add a sharp corner here, and let's add one point here, and now I've got this shape here. Now I can move on to this big mountain. And now the question is, there is a little rock, I should say, in front. Shall I make it a separate shape, or shall I make it a part of this big one? And I think it's going to be interesting if I make that as a separate shape. So let's add one anchor point here, and I think I might add just a little sharp corner there, and another one here. I might create just a bit too many details here, but that's okay. I wouldn't necessarily want to focus on too much of the details. I just want to capture this rock or mountain or cliff or whatever. Let's add the sharp corner there. And here there is a little indentation there, and I think I want to leave out that shape. So I think let's just put it like there, and let's add another one. I think I made it wrong, but later I can correct it. And now let's add our final shape here. Let's not forget to save, obviously. Let's add a sharp corner there. Maybe there too, just to have some. Maybe I should have added more sharp corners because these mountains are not really soft. Let's just simplify that one and let's connect to here. And also, you know what? Let's make our life easier. And I customized the shortcuts. My shortcut for snapping is the L key. Sorry, this is not what I wanted. What I wanted to add a rectangle that is covers the whole of this area. And let's let's duplicate this shapes collection just in case I need it. And let's try. Let's first no. I need to edit. No, no. I am sorry. Let's just hide the original collection. I am thinking all over the place and it doesn't work. So let's grab this rectangle and let's put all of these shapes at the top of these rectangles. So, and convert this to a path and this other rectangle to a path. And now let's select the big rectangle and then the smaller one. And now let's choose the difference. So now I've got the basic rectangle for the sea. And what I want is to kind of exclude these paths from the sea because I'm not going to modify the bottom parts. And now I've got the sea and I can hide this big rectangle. And now what I am not going to bother with the different area of this sea. I am just going to hit the D key, which is the dropper tool. You can select colors from the image. I'm going to pick this one. Let's grab our first rectangle and let's grab some sky color. This is not the best way of doing it, but for this exercise, I am going to be okay with it because artists say that picking colors from the image is quite bad. And this one is, let's pick like so, and this is the front one. Let's pick this color. And now let's switch to the normal mode. And as you can see, I made some mistake, so this shape is quite awkward. So let's select this one and hide it. And let's grab this handle and perhaps turn this around. Let's turn off the snapping. And in this way, I no longer need my reference image. And I am going to have my shapes here. Obviously, I wouldn't necessarily had to fiddle with this ocean to extract from this image. But if I want to add the different shades, I could have used it. I could have put it beneath just the sky, of course. That would have been more simple, wouldn't it? But now it's kind of interesting because now I can, in fact, maybe I should have put this rectangle here. And let's grab the color for the sea. And let's add it to here. Yeah, maybe I should have stay on the simple road. But anyway, now I can adjust these shapes to be a bit more interesting, because for now what I can see that this big purple rock is kind of dominating this whole area here, and these two at the back are almost too close to each other. So let's save, let's see. You know what? Mhm. Let's save a copy here. And let's save it 02. Okay. And now let's edit this with the node tool. And I can select all of these nodes and move them. Oh, sorry. Move them all to the right. If I hold Control while I'm moving, then I'm moving it horizontally. And now I can reduce this. And adjust it as much as I need. Maybe something like this. So this is roughly ends at the thirds, perhaps. And now I can grab these two nodes and I can adjust it. If I double click, I can add some more nodes here, and I can create some interesting shapes here. And also what I can do is to grab all of these guys and move them toward the right. And now I can grab these two guys and move them toward the right. Perhaps, oh, you know what? I think I kind of like that, like so. And in this way, this is kind of like a more interesting landscape. And I don't really want to move forward because I really want to grab these big shapes just so that I would have some reference here. Or more precisely, just so have some experience. Uh, how can I play with these big shapes? So let's move on to a new image now, and let me add a marker real quick. And for this one, let me just open it so you can see it. This is a winter scene, this so that night is winter and it's quite there is a lot of snow while I'm here where I live. So I thought that this would be a nice image. I cropped this photo because I only interested in some parts of it. And let me paste the link to the reference photo. These are all from Pixabay. So let's play with this. First of all, I can leave out the white parts for the snow and just add these brown parts. And also there in the bottom there is this little one. I am not going to fiddle with adding that. So let's just add these, and yet again I am going to just focus on the big shapes here. Let's connect these. This weird edge, I don't know where this is coming from. But it doesn't matter because we are just studying the shapes. Okay, let me finish that like so. Let's make it a bit interesting. Okay, I think I am going to need some correction over there. And yet again, I can leave this like so. Maybe later I'm going to correct it, and maybe I am going to leave a bit of a gap here 'cause that might be a bit more interesting. Oh, let me add a bit of a detail here. And let's add the sharp corner here, just for the fun of it, why not? This one is interesting, but I am going to leave these snow patches out here, cause yet again I am still focusing on the big shapes. And I'm all doing this with a mouse. I usually, for the pen tool, I am not really using the stylus. Okay, I'm just going to finish this off. Okay, now this one is a bit more interesting. Maybe I can go there with more details. Because this shape is a bit ragged. Okay, I'm going to leave out this little detail there, because I am not going to be interested in that one. And let's finish it off like this. And now, this is kind of interesting. What shall we do with this? I think probably first I am going to grab some landscape details, and maybe I am going to put these things together here. So I'm trying to ignore the bushes and the trees and just focusing on capturing these lens here. Let's just separate that. And let's simplify here, maybe like so. Yeah, I think this is going to be needed. I mean, I have to edit this with a node tool, obviously. Let's uh, let's put this backland like here, and there is some snow among the trees. And let's finish this off like so. And now here we have some more land. Let's go in this direction first. Let's finish it. Or let's connect this like so. Okay, I'm kind of okay with that. Let's have this guy like so. Okay, what next? We have like a big land here. Let's add like a sharp corner, and I think I'm not going to leave the corner of the image white. And let's have another piece of land here. Okay. Oh, I missed one here. Oh dear me. Okay, now I've got that too. But now I am going to save this, of course. Let's add like a new collection with the tree for the trees. And how can I make the trees like one big shape? Here I think this is kind of obvious. That we have one big shape of trees over there. We have a small shape like here. We have another small shape here. And maybe I should have started at the back, because we seem to have like a big shape of trees at the back. But the question is, shall I connect all of the tree shapes or not? This is kind of an interesting thing because, I mean, like for example, here I can tell that there are some big, there are some group of trees here, like so, for example, and I can also tell that there are some other big trees here. Like so, but there is also some trees right there. Let's grab the node tool and correct this one. And let's go back to the pen tool. B is the shortcut, yes indeed. And let's see what kind of trees I don't have. Yeah, I mean I could say that, you know what, let's just turn on and let's go to outline mode. I wish there was a way to change the color of the outline, because there is a big tree shape here, but if I see it correctly, there might be a whole background of trees right at the back. And that could be one big tree shape. And in this way, I totally don't need this guy. Let's create a collection for those. This is kind of at the front. Yeah. And now let's go through each path and let's grab some color for those. This one is this. This one is this. This. Which one is? Oh, this one is this. Okay, this guy is this one. This one. Well, this might be no need because this is kind of the trees. This one is at the bottom here. This should be way down here, just for clarity. And I can grab, let's say, this dark green and this guy. Obviously, I can add details to these guys. Let's grab these, and the back trees can be colored like so. And now, if I want to, I can grab the node tool and correct things. Let's say, let's make this like so. This is ended up a bit awkward. Or I can just add a note here. Let's add some note here. Let's be lazy. I can edit it like that. I can put this around. It doesn't really matter. Where is this guy? I can leave this like so. Maybe I can add just a bit of a detail with this guy. Is it too flat here? Let's not make it that flat. And let's add just a bit of detail here. Shall I include that or shouldn't I? I don't know, but let's add some detail. It might be too much for this exercise, but what the heck. Okay, I like that. Here is a problem here. Let's correct that. And let's move it up just a tad. Okay. I'm liking that there. That's okay. I think when for this outline it's okay. And let's view it. Display mode normal. Oh, I left out one path here, which I don't need. And I think the order is not that great because this should be at the back. And yeah, and also I could add these trees here. Let's go back to outline mode. And what I can do is to grab this shape, and can I like include this tree as well? Yes, of course I can. And for these trees, let's add a new shape. And let's grab a color for this. And let's see in the normal view. I think this should be dark like so. And yeah, there are some problems here, like this path should be at the back. And I think maybe I can make this forest go to the edge. Why not? And this is kind of an interesting exercise. I don't like the color of this guy. So let's hit the, sorry, display mode outline D, and let's grab some brown color. Okay, yeah, I like that better. So yeah, and let's hide the reference image so that our shapes are visible a bit more clearly, and it is kind of interesting to see. And I might just make all of these like this dark green color to make them stand out more and make them like a pine forest. And yeah, this is kind of interesting. And also um, what we can do, let's add a new collection. Let's add a frame to this just for the fun of it. Let's grab this guy. Let's create a frame like this. And let's grab the document properties. And let's make this like 3450. And let's make it 2050. And let's align this to the center of the page. And let's grab another one like so. Let's make both of these white. And I think I prefer to add another 200 to this and another 200 to this. And let's align its center. And let's object to path, and then let's make it, sorry, path difference. And now we've got a frame around our objects, and we can see our image better. And I can even change like the color of this so that I can see a bit better, or maybe like a light gray, or maybe I can even, what? No, let's grab a light gray instead. Uh, yeah, maybe like so. So we can truly see how this is works out if we have it on a canvas, or this will be the basis of our painting. And this is kind of an interesting design. And you know what? Let's lock this object, and now I can select. Sorry, perhaps if I hold down the Shift key instead of the Control key, I can make it a bit more pine tree-ish green, perhaps. How is this looking? Maybe that's a bit better. So, here is the second one. Now let's go to the third one, but I think I better drink some tea, so I be back. I better drink some tea, so I will be back in a short while. Okay, I drank my tea. So let's open the third thing that I had prepared for you guys, and let's add a new marker here, and let's grab the reference photo link, and let's post you guys into the chat. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, you can find the link in the description beneath the video. This one is a bit more interesting, and this might be quite complicated, but I think still one can identify the big shapes here. I don't really know how far I want to go with this one, but uh, let's try. I think probably the biggest challenge is where is the sky and then where is the sea starts. And maybe we can even divide the sea into two big shapes, like the front sea and the back sea. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, just before the stream started, my throat started acting up, and I'm totally surprised that I didn't have coughing, a big coughing yet. But that's just a question of time, I guess. But learned fun we had learned before. Let's put the C first, and let's just use some simple rectangles. So I think this again, I am going to do this in outline mode because that is going to be way easier. So this is for the C, and I wouldn't mind creating one for the sky. I think this could be like here. And maybe I can add one to here. Let's put it beneath here for the bottom C. And this could be the top C. Okay. And let's start at the back, shall we? And I think I'm going to put this one into one big shape. Let's turn off the snapping here. And let's grab our a, a pen tool here, and yet again let's create one big shape here. Maybe I can put a sharp corner over there. If you need a bit more detailed explanation about what I am in fact doing, or how to use the pen tool and whatnot in Inkscape, please let me know. It seems I don't have any viewers, but at least if you are watching this as a VOD on YouTube, you can let me know in the comments. So that in my next live stream I can perhaps do a bit better explanation. So once shape is done, it's fine. Well, I think this is kind of like an interesting thing because color-wise, this cliff and this sand is kind of totally similar. And also this sunny sand and this sunny cliff is totally different. But we might have to distinguish the shape of the greenery and the shape of the mountain. So, what my proposal would be is to separate the cliff here from the beach and separate this cliff here from the sunny side of the beach, because it might gives us a bit better control of what we are going to do. And obviously I think with this one I'm not going to do any composition. In fact, I only did some composition at the first one, but I am not going to do with this one. And so I think I am going to just grab these I am not even going to bother with the details of these treetops too much. Okay, let's add one here, and also I don't really want to bother too much with the details of these bottom shapes here. Okay, let's add a sharp corner over there. And now what I can do is I can duplicate this path. Let's hide what we have so far and let's have just this guy. And now what I can do is to add another path which is just, I think a line might be enough. Now the good question is if I shall break apart the shadowy part from the teeth or not. Hmm, that's like let's separate the shadow part just for the fun of it. Let's add this one and let's add this one here. Let's not fiddle too much with the details. I'm trying to like separate where there are lots of green or not. Questionable decision there. And maybe I shouldn't have done this like so. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? No. Let's delete this guy here. And let's delete this guy here. And you know what? Why not? I use my stylus to draw this one out. Or not. Oh my god. What? Let's try. This is going. The problem is using the stylus that is going to be a bit more detailed. Oh, a bit more detailed than I would like to have. This is a danger of using the stylus, and this exercise supposed to be focused on the big shapes and not necessarily on adding detail to our thing. I am going to be like quite not precise at least. Let's let's do it like so. And now what I can do is, if I know it correctly, let's save this. I can cut the path into two parts. Let me check. Let me go back to normal display mode. Yes, indeed. No. So this is my small path. Let's simplify this guy here. There is the Control L, which is simplifies it. Let's see if I do this again. Okay, I like that. And let's grab the pen tool here. Let's click on this guy and let's create, let's close this shape. And now I can do the difference thing. And I got what I wanted here. I know that this is not precise with the green parts, but it's okay. We are now having one separate object for this cliff and the green on it. And for now, I do not want to go any further with this. But I think what I want to do is next is focus on the beach, but a bit more clever way. So let's get back to my mouse and the pen tool. And this is going to be at the bottom. And I think I am ignoring this foam. Let's go back to outline view. And let's add a path like so. And now let's duplicate this guy. Let's move the divider on top of that. And let's do a difference. No, this is not what I wanted. So this is, oh, this is that. This is that, okay, path, difference. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Okay, no problem. This path 10 is not what I want it to be, because this node should be here and this node should be here, because I want to remove the sand from the grass. So, path difference. Yes, indeed. And these two guys should be beneath all of the cliffs. And now I am done with that. And now I can focus on this cliff at the bottom. Yes, indeed. Let's use the pen tool. I'm going to leave out this greenery because that goes into that greenery, too much blending there. So I think maybe it's better if I just let this cliff be like so. You know what? Let's be a bit more precise here and at the sharp corner there. Oh, this is so hard to see where the cliff is end and where the beach starts. Okay, I'm going adding a bit more detail, which is uh, not it's not necessarily needed, but I am going to add it anyway. And now I am going to just start a new path for this green part. I'm just checking in the meantime if someone has dropped in. But for the time being, I am not really advertising my streams that much. So I'm not surprised if no one shows up. I think I messed that one up. Because I'm still starting to figure out when exactly I want to stream. So far, these Thursday afternoons are working well. I am at CET time zone. Okay, let's add some detail there a bit. Let's move this guy around just a tad. Okay, and also I think I am going to just add this greenery here, but now that I'm here, maybe I'm going to change this guy. It doesn't really matter because this is going to be covered by the greenery. So let's grab the pen tool and let's just start adding some path for this greenery here. I am going to just cut that off. Okay. Now let's display everything and let's grab some colors and see where we are at now. So let's hit the D key for the dropper tool and let's grab some sky, top C, bottom C. I am going to grab this blue color. Sky, it's okay. Path 9, which one are you? Yeah, the beach. Let's grab this light color. Let's grab this dark green. Let's grab this green color for this one. Let's grab this cliff color. Let's grab the green. Let's grab this light color. This one is this green. And this one is this green. And now let's go to normal mode and see what we have. And I think is not that bad, not that great. It's kind of interesting that if for this path it's kind of a grayish color that has been picked. Okay, normal. Okay, that's more like it. And also I don't like the this gray color for this whole one. Maybe I would prefer this yellowish color. Okay, that is better. And now we can go into adding a bit more detail if we want to. And I am kind of want to end this cliff has like too much of this sand color, so What have I done? Outline. Yeah, this is totally the same color. Mm, maybe I should grab this color for that one. Yeah, this is much better. This is much better. Uh, you know what? I think I am going to have a bit more time for this live stream. So let's just go for a bit more detail, shall we? Let's go back to the outline mode. And what I am thinking is that I don't want to put much detail into this sea, the sky, maybe a gradient, but I think this cliff has this rocky color at the bottom. So let's add that. And let's grab these guys. And you know what? What I am thinking is that maybe I should create a new collection. So this is the sand, this can stay, and this is this spot. Sorry, I hit the wrong key. Yeah, let me check if we are still okay. We are still okay. So let's work on these guys, shall we? And I am going to create a shape where I want this to be a cliff. Yeah. Yeah, I think let's separate this. Um, yeah, just I'm thinking how can I do this what I want. Let's add a shape like this. Yeah, let's add this greenery here. And I think I am going to want the rest to be a cliff. Let's duplicate this path and let's hide the original one. And let's log these shapes and these shapes just to make sure that they are not going to be affected. And we have a very great tool, the shape builder tool, which is new in Inkscape. And I want to grab this guy and this guy because we already have the green at the bottom. And let's hit return. And now we can go to the outline mode. And I mean, maybe I don't need this. Yeah, maybe I don't need that. I just overcomplicated something again. Let's join these guys into one node. Perhaps these guys into one node. Okay, let's view this in a normal mode. And yeah, I might not need this. Okay, view display mode, outline D key, and let's grab this light color for the cliff. And now we have some details for this one. And I also, if we look at the reference, there is this shape here, which I might, let's convert this into a this sort of corner node. What is this corner node? Yeah, let's turn on the snapping and let's snap that there. And maybe in this way this shape is kind of more visible. Yeah. Okay, I am kind of liking this. I know that there is like a darker bottom edge and I know that this is in shade. Shall we go for those? Oh, well, no, not yet. Because I want to work on I want to add the details kind of evenly and let's see how far we can go. And what I want to do next, let's log this reference so that I am not going to select these. Yeah, because this is locked. I can log these guys. And let's work on this guy and this guy, shall we? And now we could select the shade from the not shade. I don't know. But we didn't do this for this. Shall we do this? Maybe. I mean, there isn't much else to do, is there? Cause just adding more detail. Well, all right then. Then let's work on the this guy first, and let's add some shadows to those parts. No, let's grab this guy. This is path 18, and let's add another path that is kind of marks the shadow part. Um, but I am going to only add the large shadow parts. Let's make it like so. Or shall I add this small one too? I don't know, maybe this is quite a simple shape. Let's add these guys here. And I think I'm going to use the shape builder for this. Oh, maybe I have some more here. Let's add it like so. And let's hit the S key. I am going to duplicate path 18. Let's duplicate. Let's turn off these guys for now so that it won't bother us. Path 18 going to stay, path 3 I don't care. I just want to select everything here, and let's activate the shape builder tool. And what I want is only the shadow shapes, like so, and then hit enter. And let's create a collection for the no need stuff. Sorry, no need. Path 19 I don't need. And let's not see those parts. Let's grab some colors for these guys. Okay, for the rest we have the colors. So now we have some cool stuff going on here, which is nice. Okay. Now let's hide these shapes, and then let's turn on these guys. Let's add a new collection, and let's add these two guys here. This is kind of counterintuitive, so maybe what I should do is to add these guys here. And let's hide these ones. And let's work on these guys now. This pretty much is in shadow, this cliff. But now I want to separate the shade vegetation here from that what's in the light. So let's go back to outline mode, and let's try to figure out where to put some shadow shapes here. And I think I'm going to use the shape builder here. And I am not going to fiddle with those details. these trees are kind of create looking like as if it were a rock face or something. It's kind of interesting to see it like that. Let's try to find the edges of the lighter colors. I think that's might be easier. Okay. Let's add some sharp corners here. Let's undo that. Okay. I'm hitting Control instead of Shift. Uh, let's close this guy off like so. Let's grab the N tool. This is the node tool. And let's redefine these real quick. Yet again, I am simplifying. Obviously, I could separate these guys here. This is one separate little corner. Or, or maybe I can just leave that out. Let's delete this one. Oh dear God, what's going on here? You know what? Let's delete that one too. And you know what? Let's add this little light patch here. Let's make it a smooth node. Okay, I could add this one here, but I am not going to. And what we need is to grab this guy. This is path 4. Let's duplicate this. And path 4, path 5, I want them to stay as they are. And now let's grab the shape builder tool and no. I think let's not grab the shape builder tool. I think I have just duplicated the wrong path. I think I should have duplicated the path 5. Duplicate. Yes, indeed. So now the shape builder tool and let's grab the shadow parts. And oh yeah. That is unfortunate. Let's hit escape because we have this guy here which is didn't get picked up by the shape builder tool, which is kinda annoying. Nine this way is good, not good. Not good. Okay, then let's grab this guy and let's turn this off. X keys for the shape builder tool. So let's grab this guy and this guy. Let's hit enter. And now let's grab this path 36 and let's grab path 36, path difference. And now let's hit the D key for some nice colors. And let's hit the D key for some nice colors. Let's turn on the visibility of the others and view display mode normal. And now we have some shadow areas. Yeah, I think there is a bit of light here on this cliff. But I think I rather have them in the dark because in this way the contrast with this guy will be bigger. So let's finish the beach. I only have to deal with this sand area because there are some shadows here. What am I doing? Let's grab the B key. And this one is not good. Let's hit it like so. And this one is the big sand shape. So I want to cut that part into two pieces. So let's duplicate this guy. And let's grab this one and let's choose path difference. And now let's have the D key and grab this shadow sand color. And let's check in normal mode that this is what we wanted to do indeed, but we have to move this to the bottom. And why all of this sudden this guy became blue? Okay, this is cool. So we have this black back cliff, we have this front cliff, middle cliff, we have this beach. Now, shall we cut these apart even further? We might do these light greens. Here I think I prefer it to in one shape. What is this? Oh, this is some different area of the cliff. I don't know if I shall care about that. Maybe I can if I want to. But I think that is quite simple because I can just add some cliff, just a different cliff part, but into here. And I think I can also just, oh, sorry. Let's grab the pen tool. And I think I can just add this lighter shape here, and I can just add this lighter shape here. Let's add some sharp corners. And let's grab these lighter colors or this different color for it. It's fine. Now the question is, now that we are going into the details, I guess we should do something with this C, because this has several parts to it. And I think let's create a new collection here. Let's make it the bottom C. And let's hide everything else so that we are not going to go crazy. Let's save. And let's see what kind of shapes can we identify from here. There is, oh, let's grab the pen tool. And there is this dark shadow area. Yet again, I'm going to use the shape builder in the end. So let's duplicate this one. And let's convert this into a path. And then I am going to have some lighter colors here. And I can have some lighter colors over here. Well, you know what? Let's just put in these dark shapes like so. And yeah, let's correct this with the N and the note tool, I mean. And this one, let's add a new note here. Let's make it like so. And let's grab all of these guys. Sorry, I should have selected the select tool. Control A, and yet again X key for the shape builder. I am going to need this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, these two together, and perhaps this guy, and hit enter. And now I all have to go back and with the D key select some nice color for these guys. Let's select the blue here and some light blue here and some shadow color here, this shadow color, and for this some light blue here, and the path for this guy, let be this blue color here. And now let's see what shall we do with the waves. But what I think we could do is just to create some just one simple wave shapes. Okay, let's grab the end tool because I totally don't like how this turned out. And I am holding the shift key, and in this way I can add a new node there. Okay, I am liking this, and let's add some simple white color to this one. Let's hit the S key, and you know what? I'm going to just shamelessly Control D this and repeat it, maybe flip it horizontally and vertically and move it around. Control D. I can move this here. Perhaps I can Control D this, and I can rotate it a bit, and also I can like change the proportion of it. I can also grab the end tool and move this around a bit, perhaps changing the shape a bit. Okay, and let's grab the S key. Let's Control D this guy. And maybe flip it all over. Let's grab this. Maybe move it like so. This was the original. Let's grab this guy. Move it like so. Control D. Flip, flip. And let's cover these. And let's see. What do we have here? We've got a nice sea. Let's turn on the rest of the scene. And yeah, let's switch a bit of the outline mode. Yeah, because in the shadow there are no light waves. So, what shall we do about that? Maybe I can grab, let's duplicate this guy, Control D, and let's grab these and this. And let's grab the shape builder tool and let's cut our waves here. And let's hit return. And now we have a way better scene than what we had before. And now our scene is kind of complete in an abstract sort of way. And you know what? Let's do the frame again here, just for the fun of it. I am not going to fiddle with the measurements here. Okay, cool. Let's center this. Path difference, does it work? Oh yes, indeed it works. And then let's add some gray frame to it. Obviously the waves are hanging over from the frame, but I'm not going to bother with that. So yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. I like what we had created here. Obviously, here and there are some problems because the shadow is breaking here. But with the node tool, uh, we might fix it. Where is the shadow shape? Or maybe I should cycle through. Where is the shadow shape? Oh no, not this one. Let's just log these guys. Yes, this was the... If I end this here... What? Okay, now this is working. Now we had fixed that. Now the shadow is kind of continuous. I guess I should have done the beach and the sea at the same time, but I guess that's fine. And also we could have added the waves here. Shall we add the waves here? Oh, we should add the waves. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. On to the beach. Yes, indeed. Let's switch back to outline and let's grab the pen tool. Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's turn off the C for a second. Let's turn off the snapping. Cause you know, there isn't a beach without waves. Or I could add this as a separate white object. Let's grab the N key and let's turn the snapping. Let's turn on the bottom C and let's turn on the snapping and let's path. No, not this is what I wanted. Break path. Now we should have object path break apart. Now we should have two objects. Let's grab the N tool and let's hide one of these guys. And let's not join selected node, join selected node with the path. And now let why isn't do what I want it to do? With a new segment, let's turn off the snapping for a second. Let's turn it on. Let's try to match this guy up. I'm holding the shift key. Let's turn off the snapping. Okay. Now let's grab this one and join with a segment. Double click, snapping on, snapping off, shift select, try to match this. Okay. I mean, technically we could separate this into the sandy wave and the brighter wave and the C part of the wave, but I am not going to fiddle with that. Or you know what, I should just grab the white color for this guy. Okay, now display mode normal. Now we have waves as well. Awesome! Now our ocean sea is totally complete. And I think with this I am going to end this stream. I hope you have enjoyed it and perhaps learned something from it. We had used quite a lot of things in Inkscape. And again, if you if you guys want me to do a more detailed tutorial like uh, Inkscape streams, please let me know at least in the YouTube comments. And see you in the next one. Bye for now.